Yo, what's up? Your favorite caffeine addicted demon here, and I am back as a flesh tuber, baby. Ow, that actually fucking hurt. And welcome to my Scott Video Studio. This is gonna be the format of my videos from here on, so hopefully you guys would enjoy this. I'm totally not nervous, by the way. Anyways, your boy is back bringing you another cultured game, aka an arrow game. This time, Demon's Roots by Quick Nail Aristocrats. Let Uncle Ko tell you about an underrated gem about demons and slaves.
Demon's Roots, developed by Quick Nail Aristocrat. Yeah, they're definitely aristocrats of eroges, alright? This hidden gem of an eroge RPG even goes under the radar in the eroge scene, and I just so happened upon it when I was browsing DL site. I had to actually dive deep like 8 pages before stumbling upon it. I thought the character design were neat, so I decided to try it out, seeing as it was also on Steam. Little did I know I would be hit like a truck by the massive story this game has. I love this game so much that I decided to risk my Twitch channel and stream it there.
Follow my Twitch, by the way.
Let's start with quick premise and gameplay. I'll go in depth with the story later on. You play as Death Polca, the plant demon, on last-ditch effort invasion with the remnants of demonkind take back the surface world after being driven to the dark realm by the humans. Throughout her invasion of humanity, she is joined by Lily, the serial killer, Anj, the slave knight, Kalinka, the gladiator, Sarasa, the wall mage, Diana, the isekai FBI agent, Najesta, the femboy prince, and Mabius, the Chad eyeball demon.
What a nice set of colorful characters. I hope they don't have the most depressing backstory ever.
The battle system is simple but intricate and packed with content for an RPG Maker game. You have your usual RPG stuff, kill monsters, level up, get your party members, and progressing through the story. Each members have their own unique skill set. You have Death Polca, other than being cute and funny, she's a dedicated buffer and healer. Anj is the Chad tank taking damage for the team with her boob shield. There were a lot of times where I would get completely wiped without her shield. Kalinka is your dedicated fister, dealing big physical damage to a single target. Sarasa is your main magic DPS. I don't know how she wears equipment due to her wall thing, but most magic damage stuff goes to her. Diana is a great debuffer with decent DPS with guns, and is the only one in the party that doesn't use mana. Instead, she used the good old American Glock. Najesta is a fanboy of all trades. He's a good all-rounder that uses pretty much any type of weapon, has both magic and physical attack, buffs and debuffs, and heals. So, pretty much everything. Lily is a physical damage dealer like Kalinka. She deals less damage than her, but has more utility stuff with poison, bleed, and debuffs. And finally, Mabius, although he's a badass in the story, he will most likely be the one you don't use much because of his awkward kit. Every member has their own ultimate skill they unlock at certain points in the game. They cost like 80% of one's TP, and they come with cool animations. You got a nice variety of enemies, from perverted old men, dragons, perverted old man, sharks, perverted old man, stripper assassins, the Pope, and finally, holy shit, big fucking dragon!
0 damage, Tread. Tread? Did it really just stomp on me? That's not the getting stepped on I prefer, but moving on to music.
This area has its own dedicated soundtrack made by none other than the legendary Shade, who used to work with Alicesoft. Shade worked their magic on the OST from triumphant guitars to emotional pianos. The music really supplements the emotions you feel throughout the game. I was 100% invested in the story already, but the music got me more invested, like a YouTuber who invested on $1 million NFT. I felt like an underdog with an indomitable spirit coming out of the top from a hard-fought battle with the hype music. I felt like a sobbing mess whenever the melancholic soundtrack kicks in on a character's depressing backstory. Shade's magic never disappoints. Do check out their other work if you can, and the game's soundtrack is available for like 500 yen on DL site. The art is beautiful and cute, enough said. I also like devs are cheeky with aesthetics, like for example, Death Polca on the verge of puking from motion sickness. You can see here she's hanging for dear life on the message bar. It's little details like this that give soul to a game. The R18 scenes are actually few in this game, as this game focuses more on story and world building, but the quality is very cultured at least. You have your Yuri Gex scenes, your futanari scenes, consensual deflowering or non-consensual if you prefer that, and they cover several doujinshi tags like Stuck in Wall or the classic Paisery. But then you have the bad end scenes.
It shouldn't be that bad, right? I'm a seasoned veteran at this point. I'd seen the Netorari, the ugly bastards. Nothing shouldn't faze me at this point. Dios mío.
Yeah, the bad end is not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. I think a description I can make for it is that it makes Oboi and Asanagi doujinshis look like vanilla doujinshis. I don't want to give too much of an accurate description for your sanity. So to summarize, the bad end basically transformed the game into more like a puzzle game, and depending on certain variables, you get different bad endings. Some of these scenes have not very fun descriptions, like castration or making you hold your doo-doo. Jesus. If the bad end can make a degenerate veteran like me flinch, that tells a lot. Also, the way they designed the bad end minigame is diabolical. You can't save your progress through the minigame, so if you lose, that's it. You start all over. It's almost impossible to do without a guide, and even then, one mistake and you're back to the fucking dungeon again after being forced to watch a bad end scene. You get some locations for secret items in the main game when you progress through it, but it's honestly not worth it, and I honestly don't have the patience for it.
Man, gonna need to cleanse my soul after that. Luckily, I just have the right thing for the job. Excuse me. Family recipe. Bottoms up.
Now, for the best part of the game, the story and world building. Oh, where do I even start? They really left no leftovers on the story. No crumbs, baby. You got your classic David and Goliath war story with demons fighting for survival, this time after being driven to near extinction by mankind. But it's not simple as demons good, humans bad. The demons back then when they ruled the continent were your typical depictions of demons from your fantasy stories. So some humans have a reason enough to hold a grudge on the demons. But on the other side of the coin, the system the Emperor has set up made it so that a majority of humans were slaves, leaving only a very select few to be the elite of elites. For the demon side, they also have a grudge against humanity, and that's where Death Polka comes in. Death Polka is essentially the heart of the demons. If she goes down, so does any reason from demonkind. Without Death Polka, they wouldn't take slaves and other unfortunate humans to their cause, or that they would be forced to use more dastardly means like permanent brainwashing or capturing humans as incubators. Of course, the methods Death Polka uses aren't also good, but it was a necessary evil so they gain a leverage for negotiations. I'm a real sucker for stories where the main characters try to be morally gray but are actually cinnamon rolls. And then of course Death Polka slowly forms a small ragtag party of slaves and demons. Each members have colorful personalities and nice fleshed out backstories and motivation on why they aren't satisfied with the current slavery system. You know, besides being slaves themselves. Death Polka obviously wants a place where demonkind and humanity can live in harmony. She actually does not want to fight and shed blood, but feels it is a necessary evil so that demonkind can avoid their doom. Underneath the smug and haughty personality lies a vulnerable person that dislikes being lonely the most, and out of all the characters, she has the best design. Anj hails from a country that advocates peace the most, but unfortunately that led the kingdom to be slaughtered and turned into slaves. She's a hardcore pacifist, but still wants to be a shield for the people she cares about. This translates well in her skill set, where she deals basically zero damage, but makes her the best tank that makes the enemies have zero damage. Kalinka in the mission her mother gave to her was to overthrow her country's ruler to free the gladiators. Even she was despised by her fellow gladiators because she was forced to kill them to a death battle, and did it with a smile. That was because the final lesson her mother taught her was to face the world with a cute smile. She may be a little brain dead, but her fists are for making a better world for her and her friends. Sarasa and her entire unit of magic school was living in a facade, thinking the education they're getting was for the betterment of humanity, but it was actually just so they can be used as a battery for a magic barrier that uses their life energy, and they will be forced to harsh punishment if they do not comply. Hence why they are rooted in magic walls, where their butts are located someplace, and at worst case scenario, the emperor could order their butts to be cutted down. Even though she's a smug wall gaki, she really cares about her fellow wall mages and wants a better education for them. Diana, who came from another world that's full of drug trafficking, wants Polka to help get rid of the world of drugs, and also wants to take her father down, who is also a cartel drug lord. Her weights of sin from helping her father when she was young would always be a heavy burden to her until she snuffs the life out of her father. I really loved Diana's cool head at the times when even Death Polka loses in anger, and her being an isekai character also translates well into the game. I mean, Who needs magic when you got good old American justice? Najesta is a femboy prince turned slave. In order to honor his deceased mother and after experiencing firsthand the horrors of slavery, he dreams of becoming the next emperor to abolish the slavery system and be on more peaceful terms with demonkind. Unlike Najesta, he acts like a sub-leader for the party right next to Diana when Dead Polka is absent, and that's where he shines the most. Plus, he cute. Lily Kidder out of all the party members had the worst treatment as she was forced to be made a doll that will listen to high authorities of the empire, whatever depraved order they may have for her. Out of all the members, I think she has the most character development. Her special relationship with Dead Polka is always a beautiful sight to be behold. Dead Polka always wanting to protect her friend's smile and vice versa, Lily wanting to protect her. I love Yuri a lot if that's not obvious. Finally, we have Mebius, who of course shares Dead Polka's dream of a better future for demonkind. Throughout the story, he acts like the right-hand man of Dead Polka and is always ready to protect the others as the oldest member of the party, and also to protect Dead Polka's cute smile. That's pretty much it for a quick summary of each party members. The emotional backstories and colorful personalities of these characters made them more than just characters from an eroge and made me more attached to them. The way all of their interaction with each other blends in and bounces off each other. The main characters are definitely the best part of the story. Their relationship with each other makes them one of the most endearing RPG party I've ever seen. Perhaps that's why I got so attached to them, to the point where I feel like scum when I did the bad end route. Somewhere in my black heart I actually felt bad. They're all cute cinnamon rolls and I cherish them with my heart. But the rest of my thoughts of the story, every successful conquering of countries that the party does is almost by a hair's breadth through either sheer luck or a party member getting a power up just in time. Like even in the first country they conquered, they barely even won. I really felt the high stakes this David and Goliath battle story brings out. There's also the little scenes that just seem to be put there randomly but actually plays an important part in the future. Like the scene of Dead Polka playing the piano and feeding Lily her cooking. It's minor details like this that tells you the developers put their heart into making an immersive story. There's also a dungeon that's basically the location of the bad end route and you can just completely erase the bad end entirely by clearing that dungeon. Yeah, take that you stupid bad end. I love video games that spread strong messages that stick with you in your life, and the theme this game goes is forgiveness. A beautiful tale of forgiveness, underdogs, and loneliness with a beautiful cast of characters woven into an RPG Maker eroge. That is Demon Roots.
Well, this is probably the highest effort and longest video I ever had, and this is only gonna get worse from here. Anyways, the last parting word that I have for this game is the classic quote: I came for the H and stayed for Polka smile. Wait a minute, is that how this goes? Anyways, my name is Ko, signing off.